back to Valley Boys TCG. We have our next round, or our last round. It was a very short locals. We really just wanted a play test. We only had 4 people show up. So we decided to do a Swiss for official tournament instead of round robin. So only 2. And here we are in a mirror match for the second round. So we're going first, and we decide just to open pass. We don't want to put too much zones because we don't want to give him the 3. But here he has Yakatsugi, and he is playing the small end package. So here, another Leo at our locals, he actually built very differently than I did. He went heavily invested into the bottom end to be able to get the small evolutions, little Mothra swarm style, and where my build basically focuses on the higher end or the top end stuff. So unfortunately, we aren't seeing all the pieces we would like. We do get that Mothra larva. We do get Yakatsugi, but we only have 1 evolution target or 1 Mothra to place on board, so we won't be able to counter him that easily here. But we can push him back a zone. So we rage up, so we're not as easily countered because he's turn 1 countered us. Even though we just did open pass and sat on 2, he was able to get there, as you see. Mothra can counter really fast. And so we go ahead and trigger. We go into the Rainbow Mothra. And this is kind of where we made a big mistake. Obviously, we probably should have gone into the green, if, thinking about it now. But we get the pushback, and because we pushed him back, he starts his turn, gets that Mothra. Like I said, he plays a lot more of the 5s and the lower end stuff. I don't play the 5s, or I think maybe 1 or 2 of. But we line him up for the petite railgun to blast us immediately. And we are in a bad position here. And now he's flooding the board again. He gets Rage, which is interesting when I talked about the deck list afterwards. But since we're sitting at 5, he can just enter another Mothra. And you see he is flooding the board already. Invades, gets himself up 1. And yeah, that is definitely a swarm of butterflies. Or moths, I guess, technically. But let's call it the butterfly swarm. He gets his evolution off there from the Yakatsugi. And yeah, 24,000 counter against our threat. Already has us counter 2 turns in a row right off the bat. We're in our stage 3. This is not looking good, unfortunately. This is not looking good for us. But hey, we petite railgun him right back, get rid of his rainbow. He takes out our rainbow, we take out his rainbow. It was a very fun matchup, I will say that. We play very different in our style and our builds, even though it's the same thing. So we invade 2, we're pushing up. We're going to try to push for the invasion here. Now, because we had invaded to 6, both of us lose our Yakatsugis, which is fine. I don't need mine. And we get up, but unfortunately, we don't have Rage. So we're in very dangerous territory. And this here is a missed opportunity. I think he was focused on this big combo play, and he missed the larva evolution. He puts the little furry guy down. I don't know how I feel about that Goga, because I think it's bad for what happens here. So here he puts the sequencing backwards. He realized he was supposed to invade first before he plays the Yakatsugi because it's going to pop. But he does his thing to trigger the evolution when invading, and then places down the Yakatsugi so that he could use its effect at the end of turn. So we resequence everything. It does check correctly. It was just weirdly done. But see, he wasted destroying what was on 8 so that he could use the effect to evolve what's on 7, but really he should have evolved it at the start of turn. So I think because he missed that opportunity, he missed the ability to counter us here. And because of how Goga works, now he has an empty zone 8. So as much as it was in his favor, he was just short of the counter. If he had stayed on what was on 8, he could have countered us there. Now he's not able to, and we just need a 2-step for victory. Unfortunately, we did not have the 2-step for victory. That is just how the game works sometimes, and we didn't have the base. If we had a base here, that Mothra 7 could have pushed him back. We do the primitive to get something back on the top of deck, but it won't make too big of a difference because we can't really benefit off of it. We don't have an evolution target here. We do finally get a Rage, but we, as you see, don't have enough pieces to do much. We get Monster X down, but then we realize we're 1,000 short. Monster X does not count himself. So we're only at 14,000. He's at 15. And this game became a who has it. We cleared his board. He cleared our board. We did not have a two-step. So I tell him, hey, you got the two-step in hand? If you have the two-step, you got it. And there is the two-step. But Mothra's a really fun deck. I fully enjoyed it. I do intend to bring it back out. I tweaked the deck since after me and Leo talked about it afterwards. But hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Please come back next time.